Hello, I'm Mrs. J, and today we're going to cover Chapter 6. First is a few definitions. Data is the information being asked or measured. Whatever you're asking the person, that's your data, the information you're getting. So if you're asking age, how many hours you sleep a day, how many dogs you have in the house, that's your data. The frequency is how many of those show up. So if I asked a class their favorite color, red, blue, yellow, that would be my data. How many said red, blue, yellow, that's your frequency. Frequency is how many of each. Grades on a test, each letter grade, A, B, C, D, F, would be the data. How many A's, how many B's, how many C's, that would be the frequency. When you're finding the average, you add up how many there are, and you divide by it. So, well, you couldn't do that with letter grades, but number grades you could. I could add up all the points on the test that people got and divide by the total points, or number data. So if we had 100, a 90, an 88, and a 70. To find the average, we would add those up. And we get, I don't think I did that right. Somehow I got an X in there. 348. Divide by 1, 2, 3, 4. And you get 87. So it's just adding them all up and seeing how many there are. Range is largest minus smallest. So with the sample, 100 minus 70 would be 30. So the scores ranged by 30 points. Median, you put the numbers in order, and you take the middle value. Usually it should go the other way though, increasing order. And since there's an even number, we want right in the middle of it, so we add them together and divide by 2. So 89. So 89 is in the middle of our data. And because we had an even number of data, we did it this way. The mode is the one that repeats the most. This did not repeat at all, so there would be no mode. If one of them repeats an equal number of times as the other one, say there was 2 90s and 2 70s, then there would be 2 modes. So mode's the only one where there could be none. There could be one answer or there could be several answers. But in this case, nothing repeated, so the mode was none. Don't put 0 because 0 could have been a value. Okay, let's look at an example. Ask 20 check 20 houses in a neighborhood, the number of cars registered to their household. So 4 houses had no cars registered. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 had 1 car. So the data is the 0, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4. The frequency is how many zeros, how many ones. To find the range, largest minus the smallest, which is 4. The mean, add all of them up, get 33. We check 20 households, so we divide by 20. On average, they have 1.65 households. Households have cars. Of the households, 1.65 cars per household. Median is the middle value. There were 20, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the middle. Notice there's 9 on each side of them. So you take the middle 2, 1 plus 2, and divide by 2. So the median is 1.5. The mode is the one that repeats the most. There are 6 ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2s, 3 3s, 4 zeros. So the ones repeat the most. So the mode is 1. If we add one more car, one more household that has 2 cars, it would look like this. And so if we find the range, now since it only had 2 cars, it didn't change our range. It's still 4 minus 0. Our mean, if we add all of them up, well, we had 33, so we just added 2 cars, and we add 20, and we added 1 household. And it's 1.6666, so if we're going to round to the 10th, 1.7. The median is the middle number. Well, now we have 21 pieces of data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this would be the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 pieces of data on both sides. So this is our median. And mode. Well, we had 6 ones. Now we added a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 2s, which means our mode is 1 and 2. Because 3, 4, and 0 are still less. So our mode is 1 and 2. Qualitative data is a quality or a non-numerical value. Favorite color, popular candy bar, letter grade. There are special cases where it can be a number, zip code, phone number, social security number. What you could think of is if you put them in an order, it doesn't really have a significance. Now, phone number does because of area code, but other than that, it really doesn't have much significance. It wouldn't make sense to put it in an order. You can find the mode the most often, or the most A's, but you cannot find mean, median, or range because you need a numerical value to do that. But you could find the mode. Quantitative data is a number. It has a numerical value. Age, price of an item, not letter grade, but numerical grade. You can find the mean, median, mode, and range for those. Discrete data. So these two are only quantitative. If you have quantitative data, your data is either discrete or continuous. If it's discrete, that's the integers. You can count them. Continuous is all the decimals in between. So these, -1, 5, 7, it's whole numbers, positive and negative. 0. Continuous is all those decimals in between 1.5, 1/2, 2.732. It's all the fractions. One way of understanding, I think, that helps a lot. In Walmart, you have the number of registers. If you count those registers, they even have them counted at register 1, 2, 3, 4. That is discrete. But the time you spend in line would be continuous. You could spend a half a minute. You could spend 3.5 minutes. If it's Black Friday, you could spend 2.5 hours. So you have all those decimals in between. It's not just whole numbers. That's what makes it continuous. So time is usually the biggest one that's used for continuous. Weight, if you think of when you're buying lunch meat at the counter, that would be decimal, any types of weights. So that would be continuous. Okay. That's it for the first part of Chapter 6.